Hello, I'm Zorab and this is Byther Farm, and today's video is all about books. About a month or so ago, Mr. J and I put up our new library here. Well, our new set of shelves. And I was sorting out all of my homesteading books, my cookery books and my gardening books into one section so I'd find them really easily. And it got me thinking. I guess that every homesteader, smallholder, gardener and farmer have books that they just turn to as a matter of course for information if they've forgotten something or if they need to look something new up. And those books are going to be different for everybody. I thought I'd ask some of my homesteading and gardening friends who are going to tell you about 3 books that they turn to on a regular basis. Welcome to a homestead library. And the first of my books is by the Royal Horticultural Society, and it's called Vegetable and Fruit Gardening. And this book is absolutely packed full of information, and I like it just because of its very clear instructions, its ease of use. To me, it's laid out in a really logical pattern. There's loads of illustrations in it, but there's also loads of written information to expand a bit further if you want more than just the highlighted boxes. It goes through a growing year, it tells you about different types, different varieties and their needs, and for me this has been absolutely key in working out which fruit and vegetables I want to grow in my garden and that I can grow in my garden. It also has a really useful section on pests and problems and on diseases of various plants. So when I've been trying to work out what's wrong with something in the garden, I've been able to have a look at this and fairly quickly work out what it is and find out how to deal with it. So it's really helped me not only build the annual vegetable garden and develop the food forest, but it's helped me deal with things like pests and diseases and also in creating some really good compost to use in the garden. This book's predecessor I have over here, and it's very well thumbed and very well used, but this newer version takes into account that our climate is not the same now as it was when I bought that other book 40 years ago. So that's my first one, my gardening book. My second selection is Backyard Ducks and Geese, a practical guide for enthusiast and smallholder. And this was so useful when we first got the ducks for me to be able to understand their needs, how we were going to look after them, or even actually just to choose which breed we wanted. And now I dip in and out of it to understand some of their behaviour and to check that I'm doing the right things for them. And it's also where I turn when there seems to be a problem with the ducks. So if they're poorly, if they've stopped laying, if there are any issues with them, I can usually find the answer, or at least a pointer to the answer in this book. And although I've read it cover to cover, now I tend to just dip into particular sections as and when I need them. And my third much loved book is called The Farmhouse Kitchen by Audrey Ellis. This book is now out of print, but there are still masses of these available if you search on auction sites and shopping sites online. And there are other versions of this book that are also available, and all the ones I've seen are really similar in their format, and the thing that I like about them is the same in all of them. So this book has absolutely no colour photographs in it. Only colour photo is the one on the front. Everything else is a line drawing illustration. But what this book does have over any that I've found with lovely glossy pictures is a simplicity and a back to basics and without too much fuss approach. This has been absolutely superb for me to learn various different types of preserving, winemaking, and even projects that I'm just starting to try, like curing ham. It has been an absolute gem of a book. And this book has inspired me just to keep going in the kitchen and to experiment with some of my own ideas and create some of my own recipes. Now, I wore my last version of this out, so much so that the binding completely fell apart, the spine cracked, the pages fell out of it. Mr. J very kindly found me another copy of it, and this too is pretty well thumbed now, so it's a good one. So there you are. Those are my three go-to books. One gardening book, one about duck keeping, and one cooking. Well, that's it for me today. I really hope that you'll go and see the other videos in this collaboration, and I've left a link to the playlist in the information section below, and also a link to each of the channels that are taking part. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one. And I also hope you'll join me again tomorrow.